Master Kazdan Paratus is dead.
Then there is but one more test.
I'm ready now.
Yeah, so Vader doesn't just sneak up on a Force sensitive.
Outcast. You must face a true Jedi Master.
Who?
Master Shaak Ti, one of the last of the Jedi Council. You'll need the full power of the dark
At
side.
this point in the old EU,
Yes.
Shaak Ti's probably like one of 3 of the Jedi Council left. And of course, Vader wasn't actually here.
Assassins.
Darth Vader has found us.
Perhaps. Maris, gather your belongings and go into hiding, just as we've practiced. Do not return until I summon you.
But Master, this is what I've been waiting for. Let me fight!
No. I will lead this assassin to the Ancient Abyss alone. You are not ready to face a Sith. You would surely be killed. Maris, we are among the last of the Jedi. While we live, the Order survives.
So, it'd be Shaak Ti, Obi-Wan, and Yoda.
Now,
Kit
please,
Fisto's dead, so
go to the
that's
graveyard
10.
and wait for my summons.
Mace Windu. There's a bunch. I think it's just the last of these 3.
No. She hasn't been corrupted. Not yet. She's just afraid. May the Force be with you, Maris Brood.
Fear leads to anger.
I'm tracking your location. Just ahead, you should find a hollow fungus tower. You'll need to make your way through it.
Well, it's nice that you know where I'm going, when I don't. So yeah, now we're on Felucia, which is the place Aayla Secura died in the movies, in episode 3. And we have a much lighter outfit. And if you get a look, you can see a bunch of scars and stuff, like I mentioned earlier.
Locals are inbound.
I sense them. They're strong in the Force.
Oh boy. This is going to be fun.
The Felucians seem to be more organized and powerful than Imperial records would indicate.
A Jedi's hand is at work.
What do we got? What do we got? No. I was really hoping we get another colour or something. But yeah, this is basically the reason for Sith Saber Smash. So the Force Unleashed, the idea is supposed to be you feel incredibly powerful. And the game does that at the start. Like the Rebels and Stormtroopers in the Nar Shaddaa level are pretty much just... you can take them apart without any real difficulty. And then the game kind of realises, oh wait, that creates a problem. If you can blow everything away without any real difficulty, then there's no challenge to the game. And so, rather than build their game around anything like that, a significant chunk... oh god, this reminds me of Dark Souls 2. A significant chunk of the game, as you go forward, is putting you up against enemies that can just block a lot of the stuff you can do. And it kind of takes away the whole idea of you feeling really powerful. It's like, oh, yeah, no, what good's my lightsaber when they can just block it like that? Or, you know, when you can get caught up in combos and there's nothing you can do about it. It's one of the things that's kind of interesting about Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy. Like, the first half of Jedi Outcast doesn't put you up against any enemies that can use the Force. Whereas the second half just keeps pushing more and more of them on you, and it's a nice sense of escalation. And every fight with somebody who uses a lightsaber in Jedi Outcast is a threat. Because the lightsaber works the same for you as it does for the enemies. And what that really means is... the lightsaber isn't an instant kill unless you have something like the dismemberment cheat active, which is only workable, which is only something you can do on PC if you access the console. But essentially, almost the entire fight with a lightsaber user is about getting through their guard, and the same with you. Once you get through the guard, if you open them up for an instant, then they're done. And it's the same with you, and it becomes really interesting. And it ends up being a much better sense of progression than this. Meanwhile, you're still going up against regular people, regular enemies, who can not really deal with a Jedi. Almost all of them don't have a real way of blocking lightsabers or your force powers. Like, so many of them are just susceptible to it because, of course they are. If it was any different, it would be stupid. And it's a better sense of progression and design. And Jedi Outcast was developed by Raven Software, who made some fantastic games. I should do Jedi Outcast at least in some capacity this year. I mean, I'm going to probably do it for a weekend one-off on the channel. But maybe we'll do something on the Twitch stream. Yeah. As we move on with the sense of progression, you end up realising that the best way to deal with a bunch of these guys is not the lightsaber, because the lightsaber is so easily blocked by everybody for some reason. But essentially grab them off guard with the Force. And again, that doesn't work on bosses though. And it can be a real problem when there's not some big pit to throw them down. The health drain aura is kind of cool. I like the idea. It'd be kind of neat if it was actually a specific force power you could get. Force Drain exists, I think, specifically in the multiplayer of Jedi Outcast.
If you could identify and eliminate the leader of each group, you might be able to demoralize the rest.
But what it does is specifically drains your force power. I think enemies use it in story mode, and it drains your force power. And then once your force power is drained, I think it starts draining your health. Okay, where is the dude I'm after? He just disappeared. Oh, there you are. You really just teleported like 2 feet to the left, or the right. This AI. It's not great. Watch out for toxic gas. Because Felucia is basically a death world. Since Felucia only appears very briefly in episode 3 when Aayla Secura dies in Order 66, you don't really get much of it, but the expanded universe really expanded. My goal is over here. Okay. A lot of this just looks the same. Oh, I remember those. Really expanded just how dangerous Felucia is as a world. Like the Battlefront 2 campaign, the original Battlefront 2, specifically, it has a level set on Felucia, and there's a whole sequence where you just have to fend off Ackley, which, if you don't know what they are, they're the spider-like things that appeared in episode 2 in the Genosian arena. And, like, they're pretty dangerous. I find the smartest thing to do with unlimited energy is always lightning. That's a point, actually. Can we upgrade to a solid stream of lightning rather than just tapping it? Yes, we can. I think it still only focuses on one enemy, but we can just hold it now. There we go. Much better. Okay, so something to watch out for in this level, if I can target this guy, jeez. Watch out for these sacks. Because they explode. So just watch out for them. Nasty. Let's get another look. They look pretty obvious, but in the heat of battle you can probably miss them. So be careful about that. It was weird, I think somebody spawned in immediately when I killed that guy. Should have checked my other upgrades when we went into the upgrade menu. You gotta love that fading. Oh, look at that. Ugh. Maybe trying to make games so detailed when you couldn't render the detail at further than like 5 feet was kind of a problem. Right, so I'm probably going to see some ATTEs and maybe some droids. Oh no. Whatever will I do against the stronger enemies when I'm next to bottomless pits? Like, look at that. That's bad. Well, that looks like an arena. And the big enemies here, Rancors.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Basically just fight the Rancor almost the same way you fought the Junk Titans. That was kind of weird. Come on, what's this? Be something useful. Damage increase, okay. So that's weird. Especially since the game hasn't crashed, because there's still stuff moving about and my force refilled. Am I going to have to see about restarting this? Damn it, I don't want to go on options. I want to save the game. Loading screens. Fun fact, when this game came out on console, LucasArts said that the reason it wasn't on PC is because the game was too much for PCs. So the game's too much for consoles, considering how poorly it's doing. seriously, hitching every time an achievement is unlocked. The excessive popping and fading. Like, there is problems here. I wonder how this game actually works on PC, whether it's any better. Because yeah, stuff will run better on PC if it's optimised for it. But there's a lot of times when a game is just better off being played on console because it's so poorly optimised for PC. Okay, I need health. Do with health. Come on. Give me health. Give me that health. You know, I have a sneaking suspicion. It's been a while since I played all the way through this game. I have a suspicion that that isn't the first time a QTE has ended up forcing me to restart. I don't remember specifically, but I feel like it's happened before. Try it again. Okay. Interesting. So, I killed the Rancor. I had to, by, like the last time, killed the Rancor by starting the QTE. It registered the Rancor as dead. But it hitched during the QTE. Didn't crash. The game just screwed up and glitched out. So I save, quit and reload, and it still counted that Rancor as dead, but I have to kill the Rancor again, and it counts it as a second Rancor kill. This game. So there's a thing, actually, with this game. There are cheat codes. The game will basically not let you save or unlock achievements or trophies if you use cheats. However, if you put a cheat in, then quit and reload without turning the game off, what happens then is the game completely forgets that you put cheats in. But the cheats are active. So you can put the cheat codes in, quit, reload, and then play with the cheats on. Cheats including unlocking all costumes. I don't remember if there's an invincibility cheat. One for unlocking all combos and force powers. Stuff that would actually make the game more fun that way. Like you. It's a weird way of handling it though, and I guess is another testament to the idea that this game is kind of problematic in its design. Makes me think of a recent release, Resident Evil 3 Remake. Unlike almost every other Resident Evil, certainly every other Resident Evil I can think of, you can unlock special weapons. Common thing in Resident Evil. However, usually your rank at the end is reduced if you use those special weapons. Not in Resident Evil 3 Remake. And you know, I kinda like that, considering the effort you have to go to unlock them. And then you unlock them and you're punished for using them. And I don't like that. And it makes me think of this, like, if you're going to use cheats, who really cares? It's a single-player game. Give people the achievements. Let them save the game. Okay, what was I attacking? Just some of it is so stupid. There's another Rancor here, isn't there?
Sensors are picking up massive life signs
Yep.
ahead. I would
Somebody
advise
riding a
caution.
Rancor. Okay, and what's this holocron? Force Talent Sphere. It kind of makes me think of like more over there. How cheat codes are almost non-existent in games these days, which is kind of a shame. But then the replacement for a lot of games, the replacement for cheat codes has been pay to unlock stuff, which is unbelievable. Okay, come on, work faster. The Force Unleashed. The Force like you've never seen it before. Watch as a guy just gets beaten up in a corner.
Sensors are picking up massive life signs ahead. I would advise caution.
Oh hey, there's another holocron. Faded out? Is the holocron behind that thing and the thing just hadn't loaded in yet? Yes, it is. Probably worth noting again, we're playing this on Xbox One via backwards compatibility, so the game is performing better than it would have on its original release system. Okay, and use the lightning. God, the shaman's on top of a Rancor. This isn't fun. That's the shaman. Alright, no, so the shaman isn't on top of the Rancor, okay. It's just the aura that was appearing. Because of the shaman. Here's hoping we don't glitch again. Really don't get why this has to be like a 5-stage QTE. It's repetitive, it's not fun. And I am so glad QTEs have, for the most part, just disappeared from games. Okay, watch it. And another one down. So we're gonna get to Resident Evil 5 at some point, and I tell you, QTEs in that game, and then they got worse in RE6. It's like QTEs weren't too bad in RE4, although looking back on the Krauser knife fight, kind of irritating. But like, that was the extent of it. Is there a holocron back here? No, it's just the way the lighting is. But then RE5 expanded it and... ugh. It's like, I like going back to old games. Seeing how game design evolve can be really fun. It can be really interesting. I love looking at old design. Because in a bunch of ways it can be... There's a lot of times where old design may end up being better than modern design. And it's kind of a shame we just moved away from that. QTEs are one of the biggest problems. One of the biggest problematic designs to go back to. Because there are so many games where they got excessive, and this is one of them. And it's like, okay, you know what? Back in the day when this came out, QTEs were still, what was this, like 2008? We still didn't hate them that much. I didn't hate them that much. And you could see some cool animations, and I've always been into over-the-top action. Part of the reason why I love Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and any crazy stuff that Platinum puts out.
Eclipse to Starkiller. Any sign of the target?
She is